Hey everyone, I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Raxium LED taillights here in black, available for all 2009 to 2014 F-150s. Now, you should be considering the Raxium tails if you'd like to convert your dated halogens to an LED option complete with a very sinister look thanks to the black housing and clear lens that will still be 50-state legal. Big feature here, guys, will be the conversion of your halogen brake lights, running lights, and turn signals to a much brighter, much longer lasting set of high-powered LEDs. Now, these high-powered red LEDs in this case will be divided into two blocks. You have your upper block, of course, up here, and then your lower. Now, those guys are gonna handle both your braking and turn signal duties along with your running lights. And in the middle here, you will find the reverse light portion of the tail lights. Now, this is the one and only section that Raxium didn't convert to an LED. So you have a couple of options here. You can either just transfer over your factory bulb, or you can use this as an opportunity to upgrade that reverse bulb to an LED, and that's just gonna lead to a more consistent look overall. Now, speaking of look, guys, I would say another big feature here with the Raxiums will be that aggressive combination of the black housing topped off with that clear lens. Certainly a night and day difference compared to the stockers, and an absolute no-brainer for those F-150 owners out there looking to black out the lighting on his or her rig. Which brings us to the construction portion of this particular video, and what I can say here, guys, is that despite the dark, aggressive nature of these lights, along with those really bright modern LEDs, these lights, in my opinion, still kind of resemble, or at least adhere to, the basic layout of the factory Ford taillights for this particular generation truck, which is something I really dig. Another thing I dig, that combination again of the black housing with the clear lens. This is going to allow for plenty of visibility, of course, with those high-powered LEDs, but more importantly, it's also going to allow for that DOT approval, which does make these lights legal for use in all 50 states. Finally, the lights do feature a weatherproof build here, guys, and have been sealed up nice and tight to prevent any condensation or moisture building up over the years. Now, your price point for the Raxiums here is gonna live in that low to mid $200 range, which, by the way, does make these one of the more affordable Raxium taillight options on the site, at least at the time of this video. In fact, I'm even willing to go a step further on that and say it's one of the most affordable LED taillight options on the site for your 09 to 14. And that's outside of maybe one or two outlier options that are really basic. But again, if you want a brand name, quote unquote, option that's going to convert your halogen to an LED, these Raxiums are gonna be really hard to beat when it comes to price point. Install, according to the site, is going to get a very soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and take you about an hour, I would say at absolute most, to complete from start to finish. Now, this is a complete plug and play job here, gang. That means no cutting, no wiring, no permanent modification. Instead, a very simple day in the garage or driveway. But to give you a better idea of just how things will go down at home, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
The tools you'll need for this project are a ratchet and an 8mm socket. Hi everyone, today we're installing a set of taillights on our F-150, but first, let's watch a short video on how to uninstall the stock taillights.
All right guys, the first step of the uninstall, of course, is to grab an 8mm socket, drop your tailgate, and we're gonna remove the 2 bolts holding on our taillight. Now they're on the inside of where the tailgate would sit, one at the top, one at the bottom. We're gonna pull straight back, just like that. We're gonna pinch and disconnect the harnesses connected to the factory bulbs. There's 2, top and bottom, and then your reverse light in the middle.
Now you'll see that there's a couple of plugs here on the new light, and they're going to actually plug into where the light bulb goes in the sockets. So let's go ahead and remove these sockets by turning them counterclockwise and then pulling them straight out. Now, once you've got your sockets out, go ahead and gently grab the bulbs themselves and just kind of give it a little wiggle and pull it out. And once you've got that done, now we can go ahead and plug in the new light to the socket itself. And one thing you want to note before you plug this in is the location of the ground wires on the plugs, because you want to match those up with the ground wires on the factory harness. Now, we've already verified on our truck that the ground wires are going to be on the side next to the release mechanism on the harness. So that's where we're going to plug our ground wires in, and then we'll just feed this in inside the housing, and then go ahead and install the socket. Now we'll do the same thing for the other one. Now we can go ahead and install our light in the truck. Now you will notice on the back of your new lights that there are a couple of relay boxes here with some double-sided tape on them. What you'll want to do is remove this red backing here, and then once you get ready to put the lights into position, you're going to go ahead and just attach those on the inside of the slot where the light goes. That way they'll stay around from bouncing around, and they'll actually stay out of your way. So now we'll go ahead, because we're not making this a permanent addition to our truck, we're not going to actually attach them to the truck. So we're just going to feed them into the holes. And then we'll go ahead and connect our electrical connectors and set this in place. We'll go ahead and just slide those down into the socket there. And then we'll go ahead and connect our wiring harness. We'll insert our reverse light bulb. And then finally connect our top connector. Now we'll go ahead and put this into place. And now we'll reuse the original hardware to secure the light. And we'll tighten it down with our 8mm socket. And now you can repeat that process for the other side. And that wraps up our review and install of the Raxium LED taillights with black housing and clear lens for the 09 to 14 F-150 style side. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.